Hello, who said you can't grow one of these in one of these? Who said that? It wasn't you, was it? Well, it certainly wasn't me, because I've done it. Yeah, I've done it. I've grown onions in yoghurt pots. Yeah. Who was it said you can't grow a leek in one of these? Wasn't you, was it? Nah, it wasn't me either. I've done it. I've grown a leek in a yoghurt pot. Now you're going to be really desperate if you're going to try and grow vegetables in yoghurt pots. And I mean desperate because you're strapped for space. You might even be strapped for cash. You might be a gardener who hasn't got a garden anymore. But you want to grow vegetables. You still have an urge to grow a few vegetables. Well, I've done it in yoghurt pots. You're not going to feed your family growing vegetables this way, but you will get some satisfaction out of it and hopefully some vegetables to harvest at the end of the year. I'm going to cut you to some footage now that I've shot over the years of onions being grown in yoghurt pots. And as a bonus, I think I have some footage of a leek that I grew in a yoghurt pot a number of years ago. I'm going to cut you to that now. When you've watched that, come back to me. We'll have a little discussion about this and then we'll call it a day. In the meantime, I'm going to make myself some dinner. What we've got is we've got 4 yoghurt pots, 4 onions growing in them. The front 2 are red skins. They're grown from sets, and I'm fairly confident those are red barn. But I'm not going to be betting the mortgage on it. Now the 2 in back are white skin onions. I'm confident they're grown from sets, but I'm not too sure what they are, because I had a number of different types of sets spare. I planted them, and unlike me, I didn't actually record the variety, but there they are. What do you think? Are you struggling to see these? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjust the camera further in onto these bulbs so you can really see how big they are. And I'll tell you what we'll do. I've got Meg's ball here. I'll pop it into this shot as a sort of a size comparator. Now, I need to be careful here that Meg doesn't spot this ball and jump up and everything finishes up on the floor. But as you can see, they're not as big as a ball, as big as a tennis ball. But they're swelling out. They definitely are. Let me just turn them around again. So those are the red skins. Now, I'm not too sure of the mix in these yoghurt pots because I haven't kept a record of it, but I'm fairly sure it's just plain old garden soil that I've had over a number of years, and I've either put a small amount of bloodfish and bone in there, but I suspect I had some onion fertiliser left at the time, and I mixed in a little bit of onion fertiliser, and all these onions have had from then till now is water. Hey, I'd like to get these across the finish line. I really would. Now, if you want to see what happens with these onions in yoghurt pots, you're going to need to come back probably in a couple of months' time. These bulb onions have just started to swell out really over this last week or two, and I'm so pleased with them. But as I said, there's another couple of months to go, and there's lots of things can go wrong with onions. You want your ball, Meg? There you are, sweetheart. Thanks for letting me use it. There, come on. There you go. Good girl. Right, let's make some room, and hopefully let's not make a mess. because if we make a mess, I'm in trouble. Right, I'm hoping that all that soil will go in this box. Hey, we've got some wildlife. Can you see it? The snail. I'll just get rid of that. Okay, let's do this red one first, shall we? I don't know if these guys how they'll come out of these yogurt pots, to be honest. Oh yes. Oh yes. You see the roots curling around at the bottom of the yogurt pot? Let me just see if this will stand like so. How's that? It's one of our red skins. Okay, we'll break the soil off and show you more of the root structure. Okay, how's that? That's how big it is. We'll just pop it in this yogurt pot again and do the rest of them. Let's do a white skin, shall we? See how this comes out. Oh yeah. Look at those roots circling the bottom of that. Wow! Well, it's like a cold spring, isn't it? Like a cold spring. See if he'll keep hold of the soil ball. Yeah, that's him. An onion grown in a yogurt pot. Come on, you could do this. You could do this. Right, let's remove that soil. I'll try and get all 4 onions in shot to finish the video as best I can. It looks like I may have to go and remove this soil from the box. I don't think it's, maybe not, you never know. How's that looking? Right. No, I think it's better safe than sorry. I'm going to empty the soil out of this box and start again. Just hold on. Two down, 2 to go. Another red skin. Oh, that one came out easy enough, didn't it? Yes, it did. I think what I'll do is, just to finish this video off, when I get all these onions out of the yogurt pots, I'm going to switch the camera off. I'm going to give them a good tidy up. Okay, get all the dirt off them, tidy some of the leaves up, and then give you a final look. Whoa! It's a good root system. That. It's another cold spring, right in the bottom of the yogurt pot. And I tell you what, look, these onions don't want to leave go. They don't want to leave go. They're going to have to, because we're harvesting them. Okay, last one, right. Now, and just pop that in there like that. Did you get over it? Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, we'll pop that in there like that. We'll do a good tidy up, and then we'll have a final look at these onions. Okay, I've tidied them up. Let's give you a closer look. Oh, and I've tidied up the kitchen as well, by the way. Right. That's a root system, isn't it? Blimey. That is a root system. Yeah. Last one. That's another good one, isn't it? Let me just move this out of the way. And let me see if I can display this. Hello, Meg. Hello, sweetheart. Have you come to see what's up here? Have you? Hey, it's Meg, come to have a look. Hey, it's just onions, Meg. I don't think you like onions. In fact, I'm fairly sure you don't. Right. Let me lift this up, Meg, to the camera. Hey, how about that? Come on, that's worth doing, isn't it? If you're growing onions, if you're about to grow onions or you're planning on doing it next year, if there are any left over, hey, why not? These were grown in a yogurt pot. Now what I normally do is take some leeks from the pots and plant them in raised beds. And if there are enough and there are some left over, I'll plant them in water buckets. And if there are still some left over, I may even plant them in a yogurt pot. I've done it before, and I'm going to cut you to a piece of video now that shows a leek that's been grown in a yogurt pot. Now I know at first sight it doesn't look possible, but watch the video, then come back to me. how good is that? A 9-inch long leek grown in a 5-inch deep yoghurt pot. How good is that? That's a result. Hello, are you back already? I didn't make this, by the way. I've just warmed it up while you've been watching that video. Right, so what do you think? Are you going to give it a go? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of tips and then we're going to sign off. So the obvious question after watching those videos is, how do you keep those yoghurt pots standing up when there's a big vegetable growing in them? Won't they just fall over? Well, yes, they will, and so you need to block them up with something. Building bricks are good, anything, but you do need to prop the yoghurt pot up, especially with the leek, because those leaves, they catch the wind and it will blow over. And your pets may even knock them over. So you do need to block them up with something so that they can't fall over. But if you're growing them on a path or a patio or a hard stand, they stand okay, just make sure they're blocked up. Now then, if you're going to grow in yoghurt pots, what you don't want, let me just move this meal to one side. I'll finish it after I say goodbye. to show you these. These are some onion sets I got earlier this week. This is the mesh bag that they came in, and I think there were about 60 onion sets in this mesh bag. Now clearly if you're growing in yogurt pots, you're not wanting to fork out for 60 onion sets to get yourself a few onion sets to grow in yogurt pots. You just want one or two. Well, what I've found over the years is quite often these mesh bags, the holes in them get bigger. Whether people are poking them, I don't know. But I got these from Wilco, and you'll have an equivalent, I guess, in the US and Canada and Australia, wherever you're gardening. And they were in this bag. Okay, and there were 60 of them. And I've opened the bag and I've taken out what I want. And these are some spares, and these will possibly finish up in yogurt pots. But what you find is quite often, as people have picked through these smaller holes become bigger holes. The bag bursts, and you'll find these on the shelf next to the bags of onion sets. Now people are going to want to buy a bag of onion sets. But what about all these guys lying loose in the bottom there? Not even in a bag. Pick yourself a few up. This is what I've done, it works. Take them to the till. Say to the person on the till, these were lying loose on the shelf. You'd like to buy them. I've done it. 20 pence. 20 pence for a handful of onion sets, and that's exactly what you need if you're going to be growing in yogurt pots. You don't need 60, you just need a slack handful, don't you? So the next time you're in town and you're looking at onion sets, if they're in these bags, these mesh bags, check them out, see if there's any that have burst, see if there's any that have fallen out. Just gather them up, the ones you want, take them to the till and say, these are loose on the shelf, can I buy them? I did, cost me 20 pence. You could do that, couldn't you? Yeah, of course you could. Right, these are going to one side again. I need to get stuck into this dinner because it's getting cold. And one last piece of advice I would give you. If you're growing in yogurt pots, it is only a small container. I've no need to tell you that. It's small, so it's going to dry out quickly. You do need to keep on top of the watering. Now those yogurt pots, I don't know if you could tell when I held them up to camera, but they have got some drainage holes in the bottom of those yogurt pots. So if you're going to do this, you do need to poke some holes in the bottom. Just be careful when you do that. Whatever you do, don't cut yourself. Not for an onion. It's not worth it, is it? And yeah, that's it. And then after that, it's just water, water, water. And at the end of the season, you might be turning out onions, you might be turning out leeks. You might be turning out nothing, but at least you've given it a go, haven't you? You've had a go. You're going to do this, I know you are. You're going to give this a go, aren't you? I mean, the cost is minimal. You've got the yogurt pots, probably. You've probably got a handful of soil somewhere. You can find some soil somewhere without spending a lot of money. You get your onion sets for next to nothing. Do you need a packet of leek seeds? Can you buy a few leek plants somewhere at a garden centre? Give them a go. Okay, so this is Homegrown Veg signing out. Yeah.